Have you ever found yourself wondering where the heat went in your relationship? One minute you're tearing each other's clothes off, and the next you're passing like ships in the night, too exhausted to even consider intimacy. It's the dirty little secret of long-term relationships that nobody wants to talk about, the dreaded dead bedroom. But here's the truth that might surprise you. The magic doesn't happen between the sheets. It happens in the kitchen, in text messages, and in those split-second moments that most couples miss completely. When we think about foreplay, we typically imagine those few frantic minutes before sex. A bit of kissing, some strategic touching, and then straight to the main event. But what if everything you knew about arousal was completely backward? What if the most powerful aphrodisiac isn't what happens right before sex, but what happens throughout your entire day? The couples who maintain desire for decades understand something crucial. True foreplay isn't a 5-minute warm-up. It's an all-day affair that has surprisingly little to do with sex itself. Let's talk about something society doesn't discuss enough: touch starvation. Studies show adults in Western cultures are experiencing an epidemic of skin hunger, and it's killing our relationships. When a couple stops having sex, they usually stop touching altogether, creating a vicious cycle that's nearly impossible to break. So what's the antidote? Non-sexual physical contact throughout the day. Deliberate moments of connection that ask for nothing in return. I'm talking about a hand resting on your partner's lower back as you pass in the kitchen, fingers grazing their shoulder when you hand them coffee, or running your hand through their hair while they work at their desk. These touches aren't sexual advances. They're something more powerful. They're reminders that say, I see you, I choose you. I desire connection with you without demanding anything back. In a world where touch has become loaded with expectation, these pressure-free moments are revolutionary. Here's something that might shock you. Researchers have discovered that for many people, particularly women, anticipation of pleasure activates the brain's reward centers more powerfully than the pleasure itself. This explains why the build-up to a vacation can feel more exciting than the actual trip. Desire works the same way. A simple text during the workday that says, "Been thinking about you," can trigger a neurochemical response that primes your brain for connection later. The key is subtlety, especially if your relationship has been physically distant. Skip the explicit sexting and focus instead on genuine appreciation. Try sending a message about a specific memory you share, or something particular you're looking forward to. These create anticipation without the pressure that often kills desire in struggling relationships. We all know physical compliments have their place. But when was the last time you complimented your partner on something that had nothing to do with their appearance or sexual performance? The truth is, being seen as a whole person is profoundly erotic. Statements like, "I was watching how you handled that difficult situation today. It was impressive," or "The way you explained that complex idea to our friend showed how brilliant you really are," hit differently than "you look hot." These acknowledgments speak to something deeper. They say, "I see beyond your body to who you truly are." In a culture obsessed with physical appearance, being recognized for your character, intelligence, or skills creates a level of intimacy that superficial compliments never touch. Every relationship that maintains its heat over time has a secret, private language that nobody else understands. These inside jokes, secret glances, or code words create what therapists call relationship differentiation, the sense that the two of you share something unique that separates you from the rest of the world. There's something powerfully erotic about having private rituals that belong only to you. Perhaps a specific way of saying goodbye in the morning, a particular touch that communicates, "I'm thinking about you," or nicknames that evolved from shared experiences. These tiny customs might seem trivial, but they create an intimate world that only the two of you inhabit, a prerequisite for the vulnerability that passionate sex requires. Here's the taboo truth that romance novels don't tell you. Nothing is sexier than feeling genuinely cared for. Taking something off your partner's mental load without being asked, remembering details they mentioned in passing, or solving a problem that's been bothering them demonstrates something crucial. You're paying attention. This attentiveness creates emotional safety, which neuroscience has shown is absolutely essential for sexual vulnerability. Think about it. Would you be excited to be naked and vulnerable with someone who seems oblivious to your needs in daily life? The bedroom doesn't exist in isolation from the rest of your relationship. Those thoughtful actions throughout the day are laying the groundwork for connection later. Human brains are wired to stop noticing things that become routine. It's why you don't feel your clothes against your skin all day, or notice the familiar smell of your home. Unfortunately, this same neurological process makes us stop truly seeing our partners over time. Breaking patterns creates what neuroscientists call a pattern interrupt, a moment when your brain suddenly pays attention again. Take a different route home together, change where you sit for dinner, surprise your partner by handling a chore they usually do, or suggest something completely unexpected for your weekend. These small disruptions prevent you from operating on relationship autopilot. They create moments of genuine presence where you actually see each other again. Let's be brutally honest. Rebuilding desire in a relationship that's lost its spark isn't about new positions, toys, or perfecting your technique. It's about creating an environment where both partners feel emotionally connected, seen, and safe enough to be vulnerable. The most effective foreplay isn't what happens 5 minutes before sex. It's how you treat each other all day long. Those seemingly insignificant moments of connection throughout the day are actually building a bridge back to physical intimacy, one interaction at a time. The couples who maintain passion for decades understand something fundamental. Desire isn't something you find. It's something you cultivate through hundreds of tiny choices every single day. And it starts long before anyone takes their clothes off.